Stop upgrading your GPU just for more VRAM, because something big is about to change. And 16 gigabytes might not be as important as it feels right now. Spending money today could easily turn into something you regret later. Right now, almost everyone is thinking the same way. More VRAM means better performance. 12 gigabytes feels like it's starting to fall behind. 16 gigabytes is becoming a comfortable choice. And even that still doesn't always feel smooth. So naturally, the decision feels simple. If performance drops, you upgrade. It sounds logical, almost obvious, but this is exactly where most people get it wrong. Because what if upgrading right now? You might be upgrading at the worst possible moment, right before a shift. Does that completely change how games use memory? Modern games are getting heavier every year. Higher resolution textures, massive open worlds, and more detail packed into every scene. So VRAM usage keeps rising. 12 gigabytes, 16 gigabytes, even higher numbers. But here's what doesn't make sense. Even with more VRAM, games still struggle. You still notice stuttering. Textures still load late. Frame drops still happen when they shouldn't. So maybe the real problem isn't just about having more memory. This is where things start to shift. A new method is beginning to appear, called neural texture compression. Instead of storing huge textures directly, games store much smaller data and rebuild the full detail instantly using AI. Same visual quality, same level of detail, but handled in a completely different way. Smarter, more efficient, and far less demanding on memory. And this is the exact moment when most people decide to upgrade, without realizing. The technology itself is changing the rules. Here's what makes this so powerful. In one real example, 6.5 gigabytes of VRAM was reduced to less than 1 gigabyte. Not lower quality, not compressed in a visible way, the same visuals, just dramatically less memory usage. That's not a small improvement. That's a complete shift. So, now the real question becomes, do you actually need more VRAM? Or are we approaching a point where that need starts disappearing? If this becomes standard, your current GPU could last much longer. Future games may rely less on raw memory, and upgrading just for VRAM may not make sense anymore. Spending more money today could bring very little benefit tomorrow. Of course, this won't happen instantly. It works best with newer GPUs, and developers need time to implement it properly. Adoption will take time, but the direction is clear. And here's where the real risk comes in. If you upgrade right now, focused only on VRAM, you might be paying extra for something that becomes less important sooner than you expect. So what should you actually do? If your GPU is seriously struggling, then upgrading makes sense. But if it still performs reasonably well, even with some limitations, waiting might be the smarter move. Because once this becomes common, mid-range GPUs could stay relevant for years. Game sizes may shrink instead of growing, and hardware demands could finally stabilize. You get more performance, more longevity, without constantly chasing upgrades. And that changes everything. Because this isn't about needing more power anymore. It's about using less, in a smarter way. So when you look at everything together, this isn't just another small upgrade cycle. It's a shift in how games are built, and how hardware is actually used. For years, the solution was simple. If something struggled, you added more power, more memory, more everything. But now, things are starting to move in a different direction. If your current GPU is truly holding you back, then sure, upgrading makes sense. But if it's still delivering a decent experience, even with a few compromises, holding off could be the smarter move. Because once these new technologies become more common, the value of extra VRAM may not feel as important as it does today. You could end up spending more for gains that don't last. So take a step back, look at where things are heading, and make the choice that benefits you not just today, but months, even years down the line. Because in the end, it's not about having the most, it's about making the right move at the right time.